left to go but up.
What's going on YouTube? Dannydecks here, and we are back with more Legends of Runeterra content. So, I haven't uploaded a video in about 2 weeks. I guess I'll just give you guys a heads up what's going on. It's not like I quit or anything. Life happens. So, essentially, me and my wife, we're trying to sell our condo. We're trying to buy a house. We live in Toronto. It's easier said than done to do all that. The housing market's crazy. So, we've been in the process of basically, you know, had to declutter, we had to stage, we had to list, had to let people come through, and at the same time as that, we're, you know, actively house hunting and looking for houses. The other thing that, you know, has happened, which is a good thing, my son, as he's gotten older, he's in a routine now. So he's about 7 months old, and he's falling asleep at around between 7 to 9, usually about 8, but, you know, it can ranges. So the problem with that for my filming is that this glass door right here actually leads to my bedroom, and my son sleeps there. I can't film while he's sleeping. You can't really tell, but I have this big stage light here and, you know, the whole production thing going on. Not to mention me talking is pretty loud. It'll wake him up. I can play games anytime I want because I just put the headphones in, and you know, as long as I'm quiet to type, I can pretty much play anytime I want. That's not a big deal. But in terms of actually recording videos, I have a pretty strict timeline. So I work till about 5, sometimes 6, and my son goes to sleep at 8. So that gives me like a 2 to 3 hour window where I'm able to film. Plus I've been trying to move and life. So, you know, that's why I haven't been releasing videos as often. Prior, he was, you know, not on a regular schedule. I could kind of film whenever, in and out between his naps. He liked to sleep on the couch as well, which is in the door behind me. So, you know, things have changed with that. I'm still looking to actively, you know, pursue and make content. And ultimately, when we do buy a house, move into the house, set up, I will have my own little, you know, office studio space that will be likely on a different floor than where my son will be sleeping, which lets me film whenever I want, which will be, you know, good. So yeah, that's why I haven't really been uploading in the last couple weeks. I still am looking forward to the patch. I have some ideas. I don't know what's getting changed, or I don't know what the changes are. I have an idea what cards are getting changed. We'll see. I'll try to release videos every couple days and just film them an hour a day or so. It does take time to do these things. So yeah, you know, that out of the way, let's get into talking about the meta, my experiences with the game, and what we're playing today. So the meta has settled. I don't know how to call it. But basically, there are, in my opinion, 5 major decks that you need to look out for at the moment. Mono Shurima, the big baddie. Victor Riven combo, whatever form it takes, could be Aphelios, Victor, whatever, it's all the same shit. Combo. Yordle in Arms, Fizz Lulu, or just any Yordle in Arms in general. Aggro, Pirate Aggro, just Noxus Aggro in general, just aggro, right? And then the last one being the Shadow Isles P and Z control type deck, similar to my Senna Kindred, but they're using different champions, but it's the same concept. Those are the 5 major decks. Now, I'm actually just going to simplify it and break it down into 3. Mono Shurima, Combo, Aggro, Anti-Aggro. So, there's really 4 type of decks going around. Not a extremely diverse meta, and the problem we're running into here is, if you want to beat Aggro, you gotta play slow. Or not necessarily slow, but to beat aggro, you have to be either more aggressive than aggro, or you need to be playing a slower archetype, something like a Freljord or Targon healing deck, you know, stuff like that, or heavy removal. Problem with that is you will lose to Mono Shurima. Mono Shurima is flipping Sundisk on 7, 6 on a good game, 8 on a bad game, consistently on turn 7. So if your deck isn't winning the game by turn 7, then it's pretty much unplayable at the moment. With the exception of a few decks that have actual landmark removal, which we'll go into. And essentially what this means is when you're building a deck, you are very, very pigeonholed. So you may see all of these different decks going around, but realistically it's all the same shit. And you have some check marks you have to check off. Am I fast enough to beat Mono Shurima? If yes, you can play your deck. If no, you need to have landmark removal to deal with the Sun Disc. And if you don't have either of those things, you can't play your deck. And that's it. So it's either you're playing an aggro deck right now, a combo deck that's fast enough to kill Mono Shurima, or one of the two, technically three regions that can deal with landmarks. This leaves a vast majority of the card pool very unplayable or unviable. Like, you can play anything you want. It just doesn't mean you're going to win. Makes it hard to build decks, makes it less interesting in my opinion. Now, Mono Shurima is not the unstoppable, unbeatable deck, but the fact that there's such limited removal for landmarks in the game makes it very oppressive for deck building, not for the game itself. It's easy to beat Mono Shurima. You just Scorched Earth on 2, or you play an aggro deck, right? But that's not the problem. The problem is, as a content creator, I need to make new decks or interesting decks and a variety. I can't just play Shadow Isles P&Z every game or every video. It just doesn't work like that. But anyways, that leads me into what we're playing today. Today we are playing Eat 'em All. We're playing Tahm Kench and Soraka. Now, this is by no means a new deck or a new archetype. This is actually a tournament staple, quotation marks. This deck is very powerful in tournament format, because you are allowed to ban out the decks that beat it. And if they have one deck that removes landmarks and you play this deck, you're in a pretty good spot. Now, why do I think this deck is good in the current meta, especially since a lot of decks are targeting landmarks? Well, I'll tell you. One, the deck doesn't need Starspring to win. Starspring, however, does act the same way that Sun Disc does, where if you don't have removal for it, you will lose over time. This deck also is very good against the decks that prey on Mono Shurima. So a lot of these aggressive decks that are out there to beat Mono Shurima are very weak to us, and they actually don't run landmark removal, which we're not even really looking to win through Starspring in those matchups. We look to win through beefing up our units, taking over the board, and, you know, be inevitable you're going to lose. Against Mono Shurima, because we are able to play Divergent Paths without it being a dead card. So this is essentially Scorched Earth for Targon, but the problem being Scorched Earth actually does something, if they don't have a landmark, whereas in most decks, Divergent Paths does absolutely nothing. It's hard to justify running this card in other Targon decks that don't revolve around landmarks. Because we are running Starspring, this card acts as 2 additional copies of Starspring, while also giving us the ability to turn 2 Mono Shurima, Divergent Paths, win the game. Pretty good. So, checklist of what we beat. We beat aggro, and I wouldn't say we beat Mono Shurima, but we can beat Mono Shurima very early. Not to mention, Starspring can actually win against Mono Shurima in itself. So we'll call Mono Shurima a coin flip, and we stomp aggro. Combo, we got Hush, along with our boy Tahm Kench here. Tahm Kench will eat whatever their combo unit is. So they want to play a Victor. Victor looks tasty to me. We eat them. They go for their big burst speed combo turn or their Lee Sin turn or whatever they're doing. You got Hush for that. And at the very least, we also have Bastion to protect. So I'll go over the total cards, why I picked them, and what's in here. But this isn't I made this deck. I picked out all these cards, but this isn't my concept. This isn't an original idea. This is just the allocations of cards I found were working for me in the current meta. You can tweak and adjust this as you see fit. Anyways, I think it's pretty good in the meta at the moment. The only deck that it's actually not that good against is the P&Z Shadow Isles. And it's really not even that bad against them. Outside, the reason it's not as strong against them is because of Vengeance. So, we're only running 1 Bastion, which is the only real counter to Vengeance we have. And it's not even because they can just throw a Vile Feast on the stack or something to stop us. But either way, it's unlikely that they are running Aftershock or many Aftershocks, so we can actually kill them with Starspring anyways. So it's not the worst matchup in the video that you're going to be watching in the games. I didn't actually get to play against the other decks. I faced a whole lot of this P&Z Shadow Isles control, and the games go long and they're grindy, but you do win them in the end. So overall, I think the deck's very good spot in the meta, and it's actually ladder viable. Normally, it's more of a tournament-specific deck. So, cards and synergies. Basically, the way Soraka works is she has support, which means when she attacks, the unit to her right is what is being supported. And she will heal it for 4. If you've healed allies 4 times, she levels up. When she's leveled up, her support now fully heals allies, which is very important. And the first time you heal a damaged ally, you draw 1. Her champion spell is Wish. It fully heals all allies that are hurt. Pretty strong. So the idea is Soraka will keep healing our stuff. It will progress our Star Spring, which I'll show you Star Spring in a sec. And it draws a ton of cards. It's a draw engine. So Star Spring, it's a landmark that if you have healed... So at the end of round, it heals all your allies for 1, which keeps our stuff healthy. And if you have healed 22 damage this game, you just straight up win, Bandletree, Shuriva style. So the gist of the deck is essentially keep our units healthy, buff their health, heal them consistently, and, inevitably win with Star Spring. If that doesn't work and they are a unit-based deck, we usually win against unit-based decks because the cards in our deck are, more... What's the word? Tough? Strong? Oh, God. Durable. That's the word. Our cards are more durable than theirs, so we end up winning on the board anyways. Crusty Codger. Great 1-drop. The way that this works is you play it and it deals 2 damage to itself. So this is going to be a target that you can heal right away. 1 mana 2/2. Stat line's not terrible, but a 1 mana 2/4 is great and it synergizes with our deck. Star Sheperd. 0/3 that just gets buffed, and this card can get absolutely out of control and become a threat on itself. So Star Sheperd's a natural fit. Boxtopus. The theme is basically going to just be consistent here. We want units that are useful while damaging themselves. So at the rate of a 2 mana 3/4 challenger, Boxtopus is absolutely busted. And oftentimes we are getting Boxtopus for that rate. He comes in, deals 3 to himself, then we can heal him with something like Soraka, which will make him a 3/4 challenger again. Just great, synergizes well, solid card. Fortune Croaker. This card will deal 1 to himself and an ally in order to draw, so this is giving us card draw, and the damage that he's dealing is not really much of a setback since we want to take damage on our units so that we can heal them. So, Fortune Croaker, natural fit, 2 mana 2/3, not a terrible stat line. I actually almost prefer the 2/3 stat line rather than the 3/2. I find the 2/3 stat line trades better for the most part. So, yeah. Guiding Touch, this is a no-brainer. Heals you for 2, and it draws 1. You can heal an ally or your Nexus. Against Burn, you may want to heal your Nexus. Against, other stuff, you're going to want to heal an ally. You're going to progress your Star Spring, and you're going to draw a card. Pale Cascade, Combat Trick. Combat Tricks are good. We want to protect ourselves, draw cards. The whole point of the deck is to just keep cycling through, protecting our units. Star Spring, talked about that. Sunblessed Vigor. Since we are a health deck, Sunblessed Vigor is a natural fit. We're only running 2 because I do find that 3 is a little clunky. So basically this just grants an ally 2 health. It's not a give effect, it's a grant, so it's permanent. You can put this on whatever you want. You put it on a Soraka. Soraka goes to 8 health. That's quite a bit of health. Divergent Paths. This will act as landmark removal or a way to tutor out / instead tutor, basically guarantee a Star Spring. So you can either guarantee draw another Star Spring or you can remove landmarks, essentially giving us 5 copies of Star Spring in our deck, making it much more consistent. Hush. People like to buff stuff, combo decks, etc. Hush is just a solid card. I don't think it's worth running 3. You can if you like. But yeah, so definitely want 2 Hushes. Soraka. Astral Protection. This card is really, really strong. You can cut a copy of it, but I personally like having 3 in this deck. So it's going to heal an ally 4 and then grant it 4 health. So what this will do is if your ally is hurt, it will heal it for the 4, and then it will give it 4 additional health on top. The order of operations here is important because it is sometimes relevant the way that it happens. But overall, burst speed, technically 8 health if you can get max value for it. Pretty damn good. 1 copy of Bastion. You can up Bastions. I just don't know where to put them. Bastion is good because it will protect your key units. But as I said, it's a little bit hard to make room for it. especially because I feel like we really need this Divergent Paths with Mono Shurima. If Mono Shurima ever just disappears, you can totally cut Divergent Paths and be totally fine playing just 3 copies of Star Spring, which will give you access to potentially another Bastion, another Hush, or whatever you want to do. Brokeback Protector. So this guy, I didn't even know, but this guy's got a tree. I thought it was a giant hammer. Maybe he's using the tree as a hammer. Anyways, basically the way that he works is round start, he's going to hit himself for 3 and heal your Nexus for 3. This is good because, 1, he's a beefy boy. He is going to help you immensely against aggro by continuously healing. And with the likes of Soraka, or just Star Spring, or any of our other healing abilities, it's very hard to remove this card. He's going to generate us a lot of health, and by dealing damage to himself, he's going to progress our Star Spring pretty quickly. So, pretty solid card. If the meta did slow down and you wanted to play this deck on ladder still, you can remove 1 copy of this, maybe 2. But I do think it works really well, and if you can get this to take a ton of damage, combine it with something like Soraka's signature spell and Wish, you can, level your Star Spring really, really quickly. Tahm Kench. So Tahm Kench is a beast in this deck. Basically the way Kench works is he starts every round, he will give you Acquired Taste, which lets him swallow a unit, but it attacks him first. So at 6 HP, if you eat a 2/2, he will go to 2/4 because he will take the damage. After Tahm Kench has eaten 3 units, captured 3 units. Keep in mind, he can also capture allies. His signature spell is he eats an ally and gains their stats and keywords. Wait, he doesn't get their keywords? Just their stats. Okay, so either way. So if you eat an ally 2/4, he will gain, +2/+4. So you just need to eat 3 units. Once you've eaten 3 units, he levels up. When he levels up, he obliterates them all. He still continues to get Acquired Tastes, and whenever he attacks, he obliterates the captured unit. So Tahm Kench is effectively removal for basically anything. When you combine Tahm Kench's 2/6 with an Astral Protection, he becomes a 2/10. It is very difficult for them to remove him outside of straight up kills like Vengeance or Scorched Earth. If they are wasting Scorched Earths on your Tahm Kench, that's a win because they're not using it on your Star Spring. Essentially, this card in combination with Soraka is very, very difficult for the opponent to deal with. Tahm Kench will eat something, take the damage, then you will attack with the Soraka plus Tahm Kench. She will heal him back to full, and next round he eats something again. Rinse and repeat, you eat a whole bunch of stuff. Anytime they have a very dangerous threat, Tahm Kench will just eat it. That's it. And yeah, the gist of the deck is take damage, level Star Spring. If it's an aggressive deck or a board-based deck, you don't need Star Spring. Star Spring does help, it keeps your units healthy, but then your game plan will change to more of a defensive win on board. So yeah, that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoy. Please be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment below, and let's get into the game. Caitlyn Ezreal. Okay, let's just Tri-Beam. They're definitely running landmark removal in this deck, but it is what it is. We'll keep these 2. Not the best, but it could be worse. Ideally, I would like to get a Soraka Kench going.
It's a big responsibility to Sheperd stars.
Like, this deck will have a hard time dealing with all of my threats if I can develop Soraka and Kench. So I definitely need to do this.
For silver I talk, for gold I listen.
Now, Star Spring is probably not going to net me very good results at the moment. I probably just open attack, see what he does.
Where are you, spirit?
Yeah, open attack rather than Boxtopus, I think.
Oh, I hear them.
Alright, so he might have...
It's more exciting than an unsolved mystery.
You know what? I gotta get Scorched Earth out of his hand. I'm just hoping he didn't grab Scorched Earth right here. He did. Oh my god. Oh no, Flock. Yeah, Flock's great. Fine with Flock.
Oh, Sue.
Sure. So he's obviously able to just Scorched Earth this down the road, which would suck. Definitely go Boxtopus, and then I can protect it. So I can probably play both of these. I'm happy to see that, actually. That's not a big deal at all.
Oh, you're all so cute.
Now the question is, do I trade into this? I probably do. I don't see why not. Soraka's a great draw. Okay, cool.
C is
As much as I want to play the Boxtopus, I think I pass and let's see what he does. There's a good chance he Mystic Shots here.
We're all family
Cool.
here.
I can always just Soraka Boxtopus anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
How did you get to know so much about stars, Soraka?
Well, it's a long story.
We're at a whopping 2 on our Star Spring. We're getting there. This is a tricky situation. Do I just heal this? So I could just let that die. I probably do let that die. Yeah, sure. Then I can play the Boxtopus.
been down. Let his knee out.
Which means he's going to try to kill this, and that's when I'll hit it with a Guiding Touch. Ooh, a Flock. Not nice. Now the question here is, do I just heal it anyways? And I think I do.
We look after our own.
My win streak.
Alright. What are the odds he has another Flock? Probably pretty good. How important is Soraka at this point? I don't want her to die, but I need to advance Star Spring somehow. I think I'm okay attacking here, and if he wants to trade and then cast another card, I'm good with that.
Go away.
Yeah, so that's exactly what he's going to do. I didn't want to put the Soraka in danger because it'll get Scorched Earth or second Flock. There's the Scorched Earth. Sure. Now, Scorched Earth's not really that big a deal, as if I can get the Kench on the board with Soraka, Kench Soraka is just enough to eat all his threats up. Bastion's a great card. Okay, Pharaohs, that's good. Happy to see Pharaohs. That makes me feel better about playing Kench. Yeah, because there's no way he can kill Soraka with 4 mana or Kench. So I'm happy to play this.
I have consulted the stars and they are bored.
Okay, come on, dude. Like, what do you got there?
It's an awesome day
Jeez.
for progress.
I will find the goodness in you, River King.
Hope only provides temporary sustenance, child.
Okay, I kind of suspect he's going to try to kill my Star Sheperd. Yeah, to be expected. And we're going to protect it. Sounds good. So I kind of want to keep Kenchi Boy safe.
Sure, there's something for my
That's
taste.
pretty good.
By starlight,
Question is, do I ever play this first? I don't think I do.
live with purpose.
I think I'll
by
take the Soraka
power
level.
of the stars.
Just because I don't want to commit 5 mana at this point, I want to just hang out for a second, see what he's gonna do before I commit to it. I'd rather have the 4 mana for the Bastion. Okay, so if he's drawing and doing nothing, then I'm gonna take a landmark. I had no music on. Actually, wait, what am I doing? I do music in the post. Duh. Alright, happy to do this. Scorched Earth, Flock, perfect. We'll go for the Protect again. This means he needs another card to kill that, and I'm very happy if he wants to spend another card to kill that. Sure. And there it is. Thermo Beam. Sure. Thermo Beam is his answer to Soraka and Kench, right? So, basically he's in a position where he's going to need to cast Thermo to kill these, and he's down a Thermo. I have a Bastion.
I don't require many.
Oh no, are you serious, game? But even that's not a big deal. That just means he's going to Scorched Earth it, and if he Scorched Earths it, that's puts him at 1 left in the deck if he even wants them.
Break this siege.
So if we eat this guy, we can do this. Right? Yeah, and then we can eat this guy. Yummy. Mmm, tasty.
It's too late now.
Alright, that's pretty good. This gives us a pretty decent open attack too.
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Let us peruse this establishment's fare.
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Oh, get out of here, game. Oh, that's so dumb. Oh well. It is what it is. Decimate, sure, that doesn't really matter a whole lot. I will do it to the Kench.
What's in store for me?
I do want to force him
I need time for
to have to cast his Decimate. So I'm down to end round. Not really, actually. I'll play this too.
Starshot. I'll clear a path for you.
Works
Good
for
to
me.
see you too.
And if he wants to end here, I'm down to end here. That's fine.
Stand back. I'll protect you.
Where there's a will, there's a meal.
Okay, well, we're looking like we're in a pretty good position. Got him. Nice. Haha.
What a commendable achievement.
Okay, Kindred Senna. Interesting. So this leads me to believe he's obviously playing Kindred and Senna for the purpose of having removal for Mono Shrimo. Makes sense. Or sorry, not Kindred Senna. He's playing Noxus for landmark removal as opposed to my brain. PNZ. So I suspect my Star Spring will die, and you know, if it dies, it dies. It is what it is. Cool. I'm happy with taking all these passes. Boxtopus is nice.
The sea is too shallow.
Now, if I play Boxtopus, I have no protection for it, so I'm just going to play
Every
Soraka.
step, a new journey.
I move forward.
I'll be going to 5 next turn, which means I still can't play Boxtopus, so it's going to end up being Broadback Protector here. Actually, could be Boxtopus now. Yeah, I think that's okay.
Still good to scrap.
So, like, the way I see this, he's going to try to Vile Feast it, and then I can heal it with Guiding Touch. And then he's going to follow it up with Flock or Scorched Earth. That's how I see this going down. So there's the Vile Feast, to be expected. And now, where's the Flock?
By starlight.
Oh, we pull this anyways.
Live with purpose.
He might have a second Vile Feast, and if he does, he does. It's fine. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty, we just take that. Not the end of the world. I don't have protection for Soraka if he goes to kill it, but do I even care? I don't really care.
The Star Child.
I have a second
I'll clear a
Soraka in
path
hand,
for you.
so
Good to see you
I think
too,
having this
Vin.
guy heal me and take damage is getting better.
They retreat.
I mean, he could technically kill his own unit if he
I'll
wants.
protect you.
Righty. So, I think I do this.
If I kill you, I don't fortune, stupid.
Then I can attack with both.
Stars fall. Take heart. The
Yeah, that makes sense. And then I level my Soraka. If he tries to block with Kindred, then I have the Pale Cascade. And I still have backup with Bastion or Astral Protection. I should be good. Not to mention, this will be the unit that takes the Kindred attack if he goes that route. So we're looking okay. Star Spring's rolling, it's at 8. It's getting there. It's unlikely my Star Spring will go off. Like I said, he's running Noxus for the purpose of Scorched Earth. Which means we kind of need to find our Kenchi boy. If we can find Kenchi boy, then we should be able to win this game through just eating stuff with Soraka. Like Kench plus Soraka combo. Alright, he's thinking. He's putting that noggin to use. Just gonna take the hit. Sounds good to me. Some spooters, sure. How do I play that? Tough call. I don't really want to lose my Soraka. I'll just pass. He's going to kill his own unit, which in turn kills this guy. Not really a big deal. Okay.
It's fast now.
It knows.
Not much of a problem,
The
quite
Star Child.
honestly.
I'll clear a path for you.
Good to see you too, Vin.
Really all that does is make it so that I'm safe to play my broad back, since he can't vengeance me now. Like, that was kind of a really weird play. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it. See if it pays off for him.
Not all of us are immortal.
So I need 10 mana next round. We're going to 7, 8, 9. I'm 1 short. Okay, library, sure. So this is a go hard deck.
Gently.
Cool.
Stand back. I'll protect you. Stand back.
He is going to kill his own unit. Sure. Not really a big deal. Alright, so I actually have enough to play Wish plus Bastion, which is going to do quite a lot here. He's drawing cards. That's probably a mistake from my opponent.
Stars, hear me. Live with purpose.
Thing is, I can also just hush this Kindred. And that will stop it from killing my Broadback, which is probably what I'm going to do. I'll just hush it, and then he doesn't get the effect. So that'll be funny. Yep, cool.
Its heart beats fast now.
It knows.
Wait, why didn't they heal me? Oh, because I'm full. Alright. That sucks. I didn't really realize that was an interaction, but that's okay. We can attack with these two. Never attack with this. I could with Bastion. No, we'll just attack like this. There's the Scorched Earth. We already knew he had one of those. That's the whole point of his deck, so not surprised at all. Question here is, how do I deal with this now? I really want a Kench. I don't want to lose this guy for nothing. Like, I could just silence his Kindred. I think first things first, let's draw. there's the Kench. Perfect. Alright, I'll throw
I
this card
will
away now
find
that I
the
have a
goodness
Kench.
in you, River King.
Hope only provides temporary sustenance.
Because I can just use Kindred, right? So it doesn't matter. Sure. So he's gonna level Kindred. It is what it is.
This was fun. Who will we chase now?
Everyone, dear wolf.
This also means he has a second Scorched Earth in hand,
There's a meal.
which is very important to note.
Plenty of room.
So he's gonna Scorched Earth me, or he's gonna try to, at which point I am going to heal this.
Take heart. Live.
We'll do it like this, because I want to bait that Scorched Earth out of his hand. Because I know he has it, right? Yeah. So we already knew he had that. Which means now we can do this. I could also just hush him. Right, like if I hush Kench. I don't know how this interaction works. Like if I hush my Kench, does it go back to 2/6? It must. And that means it's not damaged. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Cool! Wild Feast. He doesn't get his Kindred back anyways, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. I mean, whatever. So that's good with me. And I could just do it to this guy. That's fine.
Change fate, and I can see it.
Cool. That's actually a very nice card to get, because now I'll have another card.
Light is a lure in the dark.
I'll protect you.
Alright, so he has Withering Wail or a Flock. So he's got Flock or Wail. That's his card. Yeah, that does nothing. Fine. Happy to see that. Could just go Kench now. Probably want to go Star Spring though. Minion. Okay, does nothing. I can't go Kench because he could have Flock. Could just do
You
this
leave me
though.
no choice.
This makes sense.
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Alright, he's down to just take it. Cool. Alright. So he's going to look to kill me with that card. This is actually good. This means I can just play Kench.
I've been propagating quiet
Sure.
the appetite.
I see face.
Alright, so he's going to do 5 to everything next turn, which really isn't that big a deal. If anything, that just kind of helps me out a little bit.
Stand back.
Oh, I don't require a menu.
Okay. I honestly just don't even eat anything. I just let him go hard. Can eat the minion, actually. Eating the minion makes sense, because then he won't just keep getting minion back. He got that from Catalog of Regrets. Feels bad, bro. Sure. Happy to see that. Okay, another minion. I actually kind of want to draw here, so put it on this guy. Rusty Crab is pretty good. I can replace this with it. Okay, cool. Fine. That's fine. We are looking pretty good here, actually. And I would Pale Cascade my Soraka, too. Nice. I think this is good enough. That's sufficient.
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Appetizers aplenty.
Okay, so let's eat the minion. I think that's the smart play. Eat the minion. He's going to cast the Super Go Hard, whatever it's called. Pack your bags.
Senna.
Ah, he's going to do it at Senna speed. Okay.
Nagakaburos can get in line.
If we do it like this, we should be able to get around it. Puts me at 12. So Kenchi Boy goes to 1. Then I can Bastion it off. Could just pass. Yeah, let's just pass. Let's see what he's up to first. Like, let's take the damage before we do it. And if he wants to pass, I'm totally fine passing. It's just going to advance our Star Spring a little bit. Like, he needs to cast this turn. Otherwise, he loses the Go Hards from the catalog. Which means we're just going to wait it out. He's already cast 3, though, so I don't understand. 1.
I have consulted
2,
the stars
3.
and they are born.
Yeah, so
Take heart.
he can't
Live
even...
with
It's not even
purpose.
like he's going to get to pack our bags at for 2 mana. He's going to have to pay the full 5 regardless.
There's a meal.
There it is. We could actually... As long as he doesn't have another card to kill my stuff, we can actually just win right here. So we'll start by protecting Kench. Yeah. We'll protect Kench. Say, okay, no problem. Alright, so we need a blocker.
Close your eyes and the stars will
I guess the
fill
question
you
is,
with
does he
their
have
light.
3?
But
I
if
highly
my
doubt
eyes
he
are
has 3.
closed, won't I miss it?
I her will.
Okay, so that's 10. Now I could do this.
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Then this.
Don't touch my flock.
Actually, maybe not. Maybe I just take the 10. Maybe taking 10 is correct here. 18, 19, 20. If I heal this, maybe not.
We're all family
This
here.
is the way.
Osu, help!
Yeah, this is the way to do it. This leaves me pretty exposed, but it is what it is. Hopefully he doesn't have the kill. See? Because I'm 3 off, right? So I win right now. He's going to have Scorched Earth. Does he have 3? Okay, Senna kill. And kill. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. He hasn't removed my landmark, right? So because he hasn't removed my landmark, I still have the ability to win here.
Darkness and light.
Cool. So he gets his minion. Nobody cares. Play. Heal for 2. We heal for 2 regardless, right? So the best course of action is to play our 1 drops out.
Round up those stars.
Don't tell me what to do. We look after our own.
And really, we just pass, right? Like, there's nothing else we need to do here. We just pass it up. He needs to kill us, so... Double flock. Sure. So, we will actually protect... I guess we might as well protect this guy. Now, the plan here is obviously to try to get him cast his spells. Sure.
Concentrated forgiveness.
Tricky. Now, does he have
Be brave.
an answer to Boxtopus, right? Like, that's what it really comes down to. Just gotta hope he doesn't. Please don't have an answer to my Boxtopus. He does. Feels bad. Senna? The third Senna? No, our Star Spring's at 21. Come on, game. Don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. He must, right? Like, what's he hovering? Maybe that's draw? We'll see. Ah, the box. Ouch. Okay. Sure. Alright, well, we'll play this guy.
Paths, just another day in Targon.
I mean, we're not dead, right?
I'll
So,
protect you.
I'm pretty sure I'm not dead. That's a good card. Very good card.
Eyes forward.
So we just full block, we cast Astral Protection, we win the game. He needs Scorched Earth to kill Star Spring.
No, the stars! We're all family here.
There it is. Alright, well, here's to hoping he doesn't have another Scorched Earth. He actually has it. Oh, okay. That does nothing, that does nothing. Alright, got him. Cool.
Getting dark.
Stay strong.
Ouch!
Does he have it? He doesn't. Got him. Cool. That's a tricky matchup. We're not really targeting that deck, but we still beat him anyways. That was so weird. Okay, so we're facing the same type of stuff. It looks like these guys are just trying to prey on the meta, which, you know, you can't fault them for it. Good plan. I'm going to hold the whole hand. This is actually a very nice curve. Yes, we don't have Star Spring, but we don't necessarily need Star Spring to win this matchup. Really, we just need to keep our units on the board and eat all this stuff, and we'll eventually win. The only downside with this card on 1 into the Fortune Croaker is going to be Vile Feast, so I kind of need him to play something.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
Works for me. Yeah, so he obviously attacks.
Get her out.
Definitely
from
take the
darkness.
block. So the question comes down to, do I actually play Soraka or not? I have to, right? Like, I just gotta play
Let me
Soraka.
guide you.
If he has double Vile Feast, he has double Vile Feast. It's fine. Definitely has one. Cool.
We must all make sacrifices.
Yep, sure. I mean, at the end of the day, I still want to progress Soraka's level. He could block that with Elise, and it's totally fine. What is this? This is Jayce, right?
Come, stay a while.
Playing Hex Tech Spooters. Alright, Reggie. Sounds good. I'm not sure I agree with this play. He's basically just burning his mana. I feel like you kind of want to pool your mana, especially going into the potential for a 6-drop. So if he didn't play this card, and he has a 6-mana card in hand, he'd be able to play it next turn. Like Vengeance, for example, to kill Soraka. But instead he opted not to. And maybe he has a good reason.
You won't suffer long.
Probably not, quite honestly.
This is outrage!
That's an easy block. He can't kill Soraka. He really can't do anything here. He can Vile Feast this. Sure.
A tribute to the spider god.
Happy to do that. This lets me play the old Kenchi boy.
I will find the goodness in you, River King.
Hope only provides temporary sustenance, child. Where there's a will, there's a meal.
So how do I want to play this? I would like to eat and protect, which leaves me about 2 mana, so I can actually just start with this and see if I can get a card out of him.
Stars will fill you with their light.
But if my eyes are closed, won't I miss it?
So he wants to just pass. Do I actually just take the pass? I probably do. No, we'll eat this. Probably worth the eat. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Why not? He most likely has a vengeance.
It's too late
Okay,
now.
cool. Happy to see that work out. Let's see what he's up to. He's gonna play something. Piercing Darkness for 5. I'm gonna hit him with a no thank you. Alright. Is that from Reggie? No, he actually is just main decking that.
Be at peace.
Commendable. And I attack with
Take
everything.
heart.
Let's force some blocks here.
Come on!
Alright, so he only has 1 Vile Feast left in the deck. He might be running Withering Wail, which would put this in danger. I'll have to see what he does.
Let us peruse this establishment's
That's a good
fare.
card to draw. I do want my Star Spring now, though.
There's nothing a little
So
ingenuity
he's
can't
got
fix.
Taunting Jayce. Do I ever just eat Taunting Jayce? I can't eat Taunting Jayce. But I could search for an answer. Let's see what he does. No, it's probably best to search for the answer, especially since this guy died. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I have way more.
What's in store for me, Nemo?
Oh, that's
I need time for commune.
I have way more outs if I do it with Kench. So what did Kench eat? Kench ate Elise, right? Could silence Kench. Honestly, I just let this be. Fine. And then we can just play Brokeback Mountain.
The Star Child. I'll clear a path for you.
Good to
Alright.
see you too, Vin.
Alright. I always thought this was a giant hammer, but he's actually holding a tree.
I'll protect
Kinda
you.
cool.
Stand back.
So, I mean, leveling Soraka makes the most sense here. And attacking
Let's
with
go,
this
Osu.
makes sense.
Live with purpose.
Yeah,
I
this
weave
is how we do it.
my own fate.
I feel better when you feel better.
Take heart.
This was a pretty lucky top deck, quite honestly.
We look after our own.
Alright, we got another Kenshi boy. That's wonderful. Love to see it. We still don't have our Star Spring, which sucks.
So young.
It's okay. We'll get there.
The sea is too
Okay.
shallow a grave.
Play this first. We do want to play the Kench. We just wait. Yeah, okay. So I expected him to have some sort of removal. This puts him under Vengeance, which means we can safely
I'm
play Kench.
propagating quite the appetite.
I see feast in your future. I'll protect you.
Appetizers are plenty.
Cool. That's a
I
good
move
card. Not
forward.
quite what we need, but it'll work. Is he not attacking with Jayce? No, he's not.
Hush now.
Question is, who do I block with? I don't really want him to have that spider. Probably Soraka.
Go no further.
Honestly, I feel like Soraka's the card that he's more likely to want to kill at this point. It is a draw engine. I also have a second Soraka. Let's try to eat his Jayce. See how that works out for us. Good chance it gets vengeanced. Yeah, happy to see Mystic Shot. This means Jayce still gets eaten. And I can hush my Kench if he tries to kill it with a Thermo Beam here. So if he goes for the Thermo, I'll just hush Kench, and then he doesn't get his Jayce back anyways. I would love a Star Spring. Star Spring into Wish will level it very quickly. So there's the Thermo Beam. Expected. So no Jayce for him. Playing him like a fiddle. Jeez.
I'll protect you.
No Star Spring still. But I definitely... I mean, this would go to 4. That's sufficient, is it? What's he really got? Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a go, sure.
Really? Round up those stars.
Don't tell me what to do.
You leave me no choice. Live with purpose.
There's our Star Spring. That's good. That's what we need. We can start putting him on a real clock now.
Sink your fear.
Cool. This works out. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to take this off the board. While we do keep healing through...
Industry and vision.
That's annoying.
Twin pillars are built over.
So yeah, 2. 3. He's cast 3 of those. Okay. Here's what it is. Well.
The Star Child.
Going in.
Clear a path for you.
Good to see
We
you
are
too.
going in.
I'll protect you. Stand back.
So I definitely hush Jayce when he plays it immediately. I don't want him able to actually get the like any of his double 6 cost spells going, so we're just gonna hush Jayce right away. Can't really afford to have him do anything, so we'll just do this. Say go ahead.
We look ahead.
Skitter out from the darkness.
Cool. So we actually want to
You are
take
better
damage
than-
on our units when possible. Don't know which unit is best to get hit by. I guess this is fine. We'll just take this guy.
You pay first.
Yeah, this seems to work. This seems good. I'll go for a wish. See if I can get it off. Yeah, sure. Okay, so he prevents me from taking an additional damage, which is fine. Let's go with a wish. Should give us another card, start progressing our stuff. I think we're kind of too slow here. We took too long to get our Star Spring. He's gonna Vengeance Soraka. Oh, he's gonna just... Okay, sure, that's fine.
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Would have preferred another card, but it is what it is.
You
Thank you.
dropped
That's
something.
actually good for me.
Everything.
Oh god, another Soraka. That's not good for me.
I'll protect you. Stand back. I'll protect you.
Alright, well,
By starlight.
go like this. This guy can also be fine.
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Right, because we can Astral Protection on this. Star Spring's at 10. We need to get 12. I don't know how the heck we're going to manage to get 12 on that bad boy, but we'll do our best. Man, this is really not the type of matchup I wanted to play, but it is what it is. You gotta deal with what you're given. Come on, only Zans, what do you got?
I have consulted the stars and...
Okay, cool. Happy to see that.
Impress me.
Okay, happy to see that. Okay, works for me. Second Pharaohs. Oh my god, this guy's throwing.
If I paid
What
for
is he
it,
doing?
Isn't it mine?
I'm still good to scrub.
Do I win? I might just win, right? Wish? Does Wish win? Yeah, I do. Got him! See you later!
Stars, hear me.
Oh my god, look at that crankage. Yep, alright. It was a slow and painful process, but we got there. Yep, okay, GG. Cool.
Today we have determined our own fate.
Alright, scouts. Okay, scouts shouldn't be too bad. Star Shepherd's not terrible here. I just need some supplemental cards. So this actually looks pretty good.
It's a big responsibility to shepherd stars.
Yeah, bird. Sure. Definitely just pass here. I don't want to play my Boxtopus into this bird. I will gladly do so now, though.
There's always fighting 8 Pablo.
Now, I mean, it's very possible that he has a Make It Rain, but this deck doesn't typically run Make It Rain outside of MF signature spell.
Let's get to work.
So this looks good. I think I actually go with the heal
We look after our own. Round 'em up.
and pull
Oh,
this.
you wee scruff.
Now, yeah, I think no matter how I slice it, this is fine. If he wants to play a protection spell, like Sharp Sight on this to trade, that's fine. But this worked out. That was really good. Cool. Vanguard, no big deal. I probably should have played Krusty Codger. I'd rather just kind of wanted to have more options. So, yep, naturally pulls that. At which point I will do
We're
this.
all family here.
I am down to take trades against this deck. Cool. Yeah, very happy to do this. Then I can play the Codger.
Nagakaburu's guide us.
Sure. That's annoying. That's actually a really good roll for him. Soraka is really good for me, though.
We shall weave our own destiny.
Happy to see Soraka. This is going to deter him from pretty much playing anything but Quinn. And if he plays a Quinn, I'll be able to play Pale Cascade.
I've got your back.
Oh, okay. The back getter.
You leave me no choice.
Where are you off to?
So we'll go at it this way. I think this makes sense.
Live with purpose.
Sure. I mean, I definitely go this route. I want to get this off the board. Not ideal. I don't think I necessarily win this matchup through Starspring. I think the way that I want to win this match is just through beating him up on the board, keeping my units healthy. That's not bad. That's going to be a wish.
But I can't.
So, this is probably the way to go. He can pull Soraka, though. Do I care? Maybe I just go Kench. And then I can start eating his stuff up. It's a difficult decision. Like, I could alternatively just heal my board. No, I think Kench is right.
I will find the goodness in
And then
you,
I can
River
use
King.
this to protect
Only
Soraka.
provides temporary sustenance.
Yeah, because he's obviously going to pull Soraka. Oh, I don't know if I actually do it like that.
Another nibble.
Play the Kench. I could just let Soraka die. Then I lose Kench too. I don't think that's smart. Probably better to protect Soraka. If I do this, Soraka goes to 8, 9. Yeah, that's actually good.
I weave my own fate.
No, wait, what am I smoking? Soraka goes to 11 and can't die. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, good thing I thought that through. This basically means he can't pull Soraka
Their
again.
pride will cost them.
Oh,
My
okay,
steel
maybe
is
he
gold.
can. Sure, works for me. Sharp sight. Love it. Love to see that, actually.
How delectable.
So, he's going to be really sad when I play a second Soraka.
Where there's a will, there's a meal.
Cool. Second Soraka.
I ran as fast as I could.
Ring the flippin' bell!
Grab like this. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe we actually just eat this first. I mean, if we're gonna eat, we should eat that. This makes more sense. Yeah, this makes more sense to me.
Come on in.
I actually think Boxtopus onto Genevieve is probably the way to go here. Get all of his scouts off the board.
By starlight.
Ooh, you wee scruff!
Take heart. Live with purpose.
So yeah, this is definitely the smarter way to do it. Cool. He is getting beat up. So our opponent's basically out of cards.
Demacia
Okay.
needs heroes.
Sure, that's nobody cares, do nothing.
So what's in store for me, Nima?
I need time for commune, Tahm! This you know!
I'm sure there's something for my taste.
Okay, so what does this put Valor at? This puts Valor at 5-4, right? Which means Valor can potentially, I mean, Kench can just eat Valor. 5-4, and then I just do this. Yeah, that's how we do it. And then we can just trade units into
Allow me a small sample.
into his Quinn. Oh, he's gonna be so sad. I mean, at this point, we just do Soraka. It really doesn't matter.
So what's
Might as well
in
keep
store
Soraka
for
healthy.
me, Nima?
I need time for commune, Tahm!
Yeah, he obviously goes for that. We hit him with a no thank you. Our Star Spring.
Pay first!
Do I just take 6? Yeah. No, I don't think I do. I think I trade my Fortune Croaker and
There is assistance!
we'll keep this guy low. Cool. Pretty sure this is game over.
Where there's a will, there's a meal.
I actually think I go Fortune Croaker. Okay, don't need to. Got him. Yeah, so that matchup's not about Star Spring. You just eat all of his units and he can't do anything.
The heavens
Got him.
rejoice.
Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck and gameplay. I had a lot of fun playing it. I actually really like this archetype. It just hasn't really been that ladder viable until the current meta. There is a patch coming in the next couple of days. I'm going to do my best to release a couple videos ASAP once it launches. There's some stuff I want to try out depending on what the buffs and nerfs are, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, you know, once everything's sorted out and I get into a new place, I'll be releasing videos like every day, every other day. We'll have tons of time to do it. But, you know, otherwise, stay tuned for more Legends of Runeterra content. Be sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Have yourselves a wonderful day. T-dot out.